Okay, so excuse my disheveled state of appearance. I am recovering from coronavirus vaccine number 1, the first shot. So, yeah, it was a doozy. So my mohawk is just, kind of doing its own thing. Yeah, anyway. So, I know I've been MIA for a while, and haven't been posting many videos, etc., etc. Well, my Facebook, my main Facebook had been disabled due to what I think was my support of Donald Trump. And I did what they wanted me to do. I took a picture of my ID and I sent it into them, but they didn't unblock it. So, yeah. Anyway, I made a new one, but when that got disabled, so did my Nerdish Geek community page, where I had posted just about everything that, the what's happenings with me and everything. So I had gone through that and, the loss of basically everything from like 2008 until they disabled it. I lost everything. Like, I lost all my photos, all of the conversations with my sister who passed away 3 years ago, just everything. So I was kind of dealing with that and getting through it, I'm fine now with it. I mean, I think that Facebook did me a favor, to be honest with you. But anyway, I was going through some stuff, so I had to take a break, and I took a break. And I came back this month and started producing, the class producing. And while I was in producing, I hit the ground running, like I always do, full steam ahead, all engines firing, all pistons pistoning. And that first week, banged it out and then fell off. Fell way off. So some things happened, and then I stopped going to class, and then obviously, as you know from a previous video, when you don't go to class, you fail the class, and then there was them actually calling me. Like, legit Full Sail actually calling me to find out if I was okay. First time in the entire time I've ever been enrolled in this school did anybody call me to tell me that, they were thinking that something was wrong and they wanted to know if everything was okay. So I called them back to try to figure out what I could do, how I could do it, if I could do it, because I knew I was going to fail this class. So I found out when I called in that I'd have to pay $500 to retake it, because I guess that's a thing that happened in February, according to the gentleman yesterday. According to the first advisor that I talked to, it was something that happened in January. And I didn't get an email on this, like, nobody told me any of this. But I guess it was, like, on a banner on Full Sail 1, and, like, I never go to Full Sail 1. Ever. So, there's that. So I wouldn't have known anyway. But then I was kind of like, oh, I gotta come up with $500 to take this class. Okay. But I got some really good news that day that I could graduate with my associates in digital cinematography, which I didn't even know existed. If you go and look at the degree programs with Full Sail University, there is no associate's degree in digital cinematography. There is only a bachelor's degree in digital cinematography. So I don't know where this associate's degree came out of nowhere, but for whatever reason, they have found an associate's degree in digital cinematography. And I had completed enough credits that I could leave with my associates. So I was like, yeah, let's do that. I realize I only have 6 more classes left, but honestly, I'm done. I'm so done. Like I'm Band-Aid, just rip it off real fast. And anyway, so I was excited. I called the next day to find out if what I needed to do to get a hold of the reentry people, because I guess the reentry people are also the early graduation people. So I called the next day, and that was when I was given the devastating news that if I left now, I would owe the school $7,000. And until I paid that $7,000, I would not receive my actual certificate in the mail. I would be a graduate of Full Sail. I would have earned my associate's degree. I just wouldn't have the physical piece of paper that says that I graduated from Full Sail. She's like, oh, well, you can put it on your resume and yada yada. And I'm going, right. So I had a little bit of a nervous breakdown because it, to me, sounded like they were trying to either A, hold my degree hostage, or B, keep me in school because they wanted that money. And their reasonings were, you know, they had to send back financial aid because I wouldn't be using it, yada, yada, yada. And at that point, I'm thinking, what am I paying for if I'm not in? So I had a little bit of a breakdown. Okay, I had a lot of bit of a breakdown. And it really messed with me. So yesterday I called because I had made the decision between my a lot of bit of breakdown till now, or well, till then at that time, that I was just going to drop out. I was going to leave and just forget the associate's degree, forget all of it, just walk away from it. I'm pretty sure that many of you probably know, if you've watched any of my videos, that there's been a few that I've done that have been questionable about, you know, my feelings on Full Sail. At any rate, when I spoke to the person yesterday, I found out that, one, I would not owe any money if I graduated early. Two, they do credit up to $5,000 if you do end up owing money because you leave at, you know, an earlier time. They will credit you up to $5,000, which they didn't say to me the day before. $2,000 would have been a hell of a lot easier to come up with than $7,000. And the financial aid person that I spoke to said that I shouldn't owe a dime, that I was paid in full. I shouldn't owe anything. Not so sure that I trust that, but at any rate. So I went back around the sun, and I talked to somebody in reentry, the, you know, early graduation reentry people, and I signed all of my documentation yesterday to graduate from Full Sail University with an associate's degree in digital cinematography. My official graduation date is May 31st, and my ceremony will be in July, so, she said July 2nd, but with, 4th of July and everything, it might get pushed back, so if you're a July graduate, just be warned, you know, keep an eye on the graduation page, because they may push the ceremony back, but yeah, so I'll be a graduate in 10 days, with my associate, and yeah, I am very happy with my decision to leave early. I can go back and finish my bachelor's degree, so I will be able to do that. I will be able to go back in and do the last, you know, 6 classes that I have at some point later. I might not. I don't know. But I graduated. So that's where I've been. That's what I'm doing. So I want to say congratulations to all of the students that will be graduating upcoming. And I hope you all enjoyed your college experience. I hope you all got a lot out of it. I hope you all learned as much as you possibly could. Don't take any of it for granted, and, yeah, keep reaching for those stars, people. Not the actual stars, because they're just balls of gas, but you know what I mean. Oh, and a PSA, those, Sony FS5 Mark II cameras will work for astrophotography. Stay real, people.